Yo guys, what's going on? Acez is here today with another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the supply and demand event coming to an end. We're going to take a look at what the reward was for the final task and what the future rewards will be here in Escape from Tarkov. Do me a favor, make sure you drop a like on this one. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more PvE. Let's hop right into the tweet that was released this morning, right when the event ended. The Escape from Tarkov in-game event supply and demand has ended. We will share information regarding the builds that will appear at Mechanics Loyalty Level 3 and 4 in the next wipe after processing all the statistics. Players will be rewarded with Bitcoins with a rate of 1 Bitcoin for every 10,000 targets achieved. Moreover, players have reached a secret milestone of 100,000 targets, meaning that in the next wipe, all players will receive a 5% discount on the entire mechanic assortment. The rewards are available in both PvP and PvE. So there is quite a few things to break down with this tweet, but let's talk about the first one, the weapon builds that are going to be available. Hopefully it's something viable and not just some sort of, kit that we're never going to use. Like an M4 without a buffer tube and, an underbarrel grenade launcher, but zero ergo. Some weird shit like that. I really don't want to see that. I would love to see an actual viable weapon that we are going to use consistently. And hopefully the barters are good, obviously, as well. It seems like there's going to be potentially 2 rewards. Honestly, I think they should have did level 2, 3, and 4, so you could do a podium, 3 different barters, but maybe they'll do some additionals for each. Maybe they'll do, 1 for level 3 and 2 for level 4 to achieve a podium-like style for that. And, hopefully the blueprints have a name of either the player or in the description of the blueprint. Maybe you could somehow put the player's name that achieved, the kills with that weapon. Let's talk about the most important part about the tweet here, and then we'll hop into the task completion screen. Players will be rewarded with Bitcoins with a rate of 1 Bitcoin for every 10,000 targets. A lot of people on Twitter just did not understand this, and I don't really know how they didn't understand it. It's pretty easy to understand that this is for everybody in the global event. Like, they're not expecting a single player to kill 10,000 enemies and get 1 Bitcoin for it. That's not what happened. It's all the players combined. I saw multiple tweets saying, like, ban everybody who has 10,000 targets. Like, what? Like, nobody got 10,000 targets in what, 4 days? Nobody did. Moreover, players have reached a secret milestone of 100,000 targets. This is huge. This is absolutely huge that there are quote-unquote secret milestones now. This might seem like a really stupid little thing that BSG is doing, but it's very smart. It is incredibly smart by them because now we're going to go into the next event, whatever it is, and we're going to say, well, what's the secret milestone? What's the hidden milestone that we have to go for? It says it wants us to do this 50 times, but do we have to do it 100 times for a secret, milestone? Now, this is only going to apply to global events or, head-to-head events, but that is our mindset now. Every single time we're going to ask that question, and it's going to incentivize playing more and playing longer. Very, very, very smart marketing move there from BSG, because now we're going to get a 5% discount on everything Mechanics sells the entire next wipe, the entirety of the next main patch. Now, this is interesting because PvE doesn't wipe, and we're going to get those rewards. So is it going to be a permanent 5% discount to Mechanic, or will it only last the entirety of the main wipe for patch point 15? We obviously don't know that information. We'll find it out in probably 7 months from now, but I did want to mention it. So let's head into the task reward screen here. All you had to do was get 1 kill, and you would be rewarded the 15 Bitcoins. For the global event, we got over 150,000 eliminations, meaning every single player now gets 15 Bitcoin. And I do want to make sure you're aware of a couple things you could do with these Bitcoins. There are a couple barters in the game that might be advantageous for you, or you might just want to sell the Bitcoin. But we made a video yesterday talking about the weapon cases and doing a little comparison to them, whether you should get a regular weapons case or a thick weapons case. Both of these are achievable through some Bitcoin barters. So if we actually take Bitcoin here, we do a required search, and then we click right here, the X on the barter. You can see them here. For 5 Bitcoin, you get a regular weapons case. And here, if you get 10 Bitcoin and 10 skull rings, which honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if these go up in price. They went way up in price. I'm not surprised. They were 100K yesterday. You know, you can grab yourself some weapons cases for free if you so choose. The reason that's important for you to know is because the price of Bitcoin is continuing to fall. Yesterday, it was 750,000 rubles. Now it is down to 670,000 rubles. So discounts are being applied across the board. Now, if you just want to go ahead and sell all those Bitcoins, I don't blame you. It is a quick 10 million rubles, but the timing couldn't have been worse for us, man. It's just like, dang, we got this huge loot nerf over the last, like, month. We've been hurting. We've been struggling. They give us 15 Bitcoins right when the IRL market crashes. I mean, these Bitcoins in-game were selling for, like, 850K, what, 2 weeks ago? Now they're down to 670,000. That is rough, man. That is rough. We are missing out on a decent chunk of change when it comes to the in-game rubles. But, especially for the PvE players, doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things when it comes to money. But, quick 10 million from this task, definitely cool. And nice of BSG to hand it out. Obviously, the PvP players are going to be losing all their money and everything very soon. But, hey, the PvE players, we're going to be holding on to it. And, you know, 10 million goes a good way for some of those players who haven't really progressed too much, or they just started playing in the middle of the loot nerf. So, that's going to help a lot of people out. And for me, I'll take an extra 10 mil to add to the horde. Do me a favor, make sure you guys are dropping a like on this one. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. As for what's going to happen this week and later this week on the weekend when it comes to events and pre-wipe, I'll just have to keep you guys posted. We are going to have a video probably once again touching on Molotovs later today, since Nikita has been talking about that a little bit more. But other than that, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm out.